US dollars. And then I think 2 years later, Harvard came. They want to write a case study. They spent 1 week, write a long case study and talk to me, say, Jack, this is your company. I read the case study, say, no, this is not my company. This is not what we want to do. He said, this is your company. You just did not realize that. So I say, okay, then this is my company. And the next 6 years, they put the case study in many universities in Beijing to study that they always put Alibaba and our competitors together. Every time I was invited, sitting at the back of the classroom, listen to the people talking about my company. For 6 years, every time they say Alibaba will die, that competitor will win. And 6 years later, all the competitors die, we're still surviving. 2002, when the internet almost bubble bursted, I happened to be in Seattle again. In my home, in my friend's home, I watched a wonderful movie called Forrest Gump. I like the sentence. It reminds me, every time when I have a problem, I tell myself, this is what Forrest Gump said. He said, life is like a box of chocolate. You never know what you're going to get. And I found that Forrest Gump made a fortune by catching shrimps, not catching whales. So helping small business will make me like a Forrest Gump. Forrest Gump, just to keep on running. Be simple, serve the people. That was what I learned. And also, I think the very important is after so many years, I learned. I keep on telling myself, yesterday I told you, and today I want to tell you again. As an entrepreneur, believe every day is difficult. Today is very difficult. Tomorrow is much more difficult. But believing the day after tomorrow, that day is very beautiful. But most people die tomorrow evening. If you don't work hard, you don't see the sunshine. And people say, how could you inspire people when days are so bad? We hire people who are very self-motivated. Don't hire people who are very sort of complaining. As a leader, you should never complain. If you complain, nobody will follow you. Nobody loves to follow a leader who complains a lot. And we have to be optimistic. I'm lucky enough to meet so many great business leaders in the world. I find all of them, they are very optimistic. I find all of them never complain, and I find all of them want to making sure that their team are better. And we also created more than 33 million jobs. This is what we feel for China. This is what we feel most proud of. Our goal is that we are bigger, even crazier. Yesterday I told you, by year 2036, we try to build an economy that be the world's 5th largest economy. For our GMV last year, we are ranking number 21 or 22 in the world. In the next 20 years, we want to be the 5th. In the 5th largest economy, we want to support 2 billion consumers. We want to create 100 million jobs for the world. We want to support 10 million businesses, be profitable on our platform. This is what we want to do. And by the way, there are a lot of stories about us, a lot of books telling about us. I never write a book by myself because I think when I start to write my own autobiography, that means I'm getting old. The book I want to write about one day is about Alibaba 1001 Mistakes. We made so many mistakes, and the mistakes that we learn are the best assets we have. We made all kinds of mistakes on the financing, on the HR, on the marketing, and on the competition. We have a lot. I tell you one story was very interesting. It's every startup at the beginning when you want to be global, you have the same thing. When we started Alibaba B2B, we are helping small business to selling things across the board. So we think, which country has the best technology on the internet? We say USA. And if we are helping international trade, you need English. Which country has a very good English? USA. And which country has most of the import-export business? USA. So we say, That means we should put Alibaba headquarters, or at least a big office in America. So we decided to build up a huge office in San Francisco. When we arrived in San Francisco, we found something wrong because it is so difficult to hire people who know trade in the Silicon Valley, San Francisco. So we started hire people from Miami, from New York, all arriving into San Francisco. After 1 month or 2 months, we realized something wrong when we have like 30 people in our Silicon Valley office. So we know something wrong, we say we have to shut down the office. And I told the team, the 30 people, say we're going to have shut down. You want to get a cash or you want to get an Alibaba share? If you want to get a cash, $3,000, like $2,000 or $3,000 each person. If you want to get a share, 1 cent, 2 cents per share. You get the options. Everybody say, give me cash, no shares. They all went home happily with $3,000. So we have a lot of mistakes we made, and a lot of colleagues also made mistakes. We survived. I would say we survived. We're not successful. We will never say, in Alibaba, we'll never say we are a successful company because we will not say success until we survive 102 years. We just finished 18 years. There are another 84 years to go. The next 84 years, anything could happen, so we will never say we're succeeding. Because every time, I think most people here, have the same feeling. When you get a feeling of being successful, problem comes, right? So I share some of the tips why we survived. First, we have to believe in the future. We have to love the jobs we do. We have to love our customers. So if you don't have the vision for the future, it's difficult for a team to have a teamwork. Do not hire people for you to work. Hire people to work for the vision you agree on together. Especially young people, my advice that if you're 20 years old, please join a good company, find a good boss to learn how to do business. If you're 30 years old, if you want to do something yourself, try to do something yourself. When you are 40 years old, please do something that you are strong at and good at. When you're 50 years old, please spend time for the young people, giving chance for young people while you're still strong. When you're 60 years old, better spend time with your grandchildren on the beaches. This is generally speaking, and because I know 80% of the people in the world, on the business world, like me, we just want to have a dumb click, get what I want. So many of the times when the engineers design some wonderful softwares, they feel excited, and I would test it. If I cannot use it, just to throw it into the rubbish. If I can use it, I believe 80% of people can use it. So this is what I think is important. The fourth important for a startup, remember, always customer number 1, employee number 2, shareholder number 3. If you it's the customer pay you the money. It's the employees that their creation, their innovation make the customer happy. I believe if the customer happy, employees are happy, the shareholders will be happy. I don't like Wall Street put the shareholder number 1. When shareholder put number 1, people start to cheat. Number 5. As a startup, please stay focused. I find a lot of startups, they have so many dreams, they change dreams every day. If there are 9 rabbits on the ground, if you want to catch 1 rabbit, don't change the rabbit, change yourself, right? Remember that. 9 rabbits, you have to stick to 1 rabbit until that rabbit, you got it. Don't change the rabbit all the time, you will get nothing. So embrace the change and change yourselves. Well, the next thing I want to share with you, I want to tell you about the world has changed. The world is changing very, very fast. don't complain about the change, because you complain, it changes. You don't complain, it changes. And when I was young, I don't like a Bill Gates. I don't like a Microsoft. I don't like Oracle, because I think these guys taking all of my jobs, taking all of my opportunities. When you are tiny, young, you want to compare yourself to Bill Gates, Larry Ellison, you will be very disappointed. It's better for you to compare to your neighbors. How can you learn from them? Why barber? Yeah, I went to Detroit. Past 2 days, I found a lot of barber shops here. I don't know why. When you have opened a barber shop, you have to check why Mr. Wong's shop better than Tom's. There must be things inside. You have to learn. Where is the opportunity? Opportunity always exists in the place where people complain. If you can solve the complaining problems, that is the best opportunity. The world has changed. I say we are in a very, very critical period of technology revolution. A few days ago, June 18th, we sold 2 million lipsticks with less than 10 minutes. So everything goes on so quick and fast. And 2 days ago, we sold 200 tons of milk powder within less than 5 minutes. So people started shopping online. As I said, 200 million people start to shopping through mobile phone every day. And we are delivering, for our company alone, we are helping delivering over 60 million packages per day, which we foresee that in 10 years, the world in China, the logistics company will deliver at least 1 billion packages per day. So this is how the world changed. Doing business, if you're using the traditional way, I don't think it will work. If you're using the internet, there's a better way. Take, for example, Indian government said, Jack, we want to make 50% or 60% of the Indian people have a bank account. My suggestion is that if you're using the traditional banking system, it won't work. So we give our technology mobile payment. Less than 2 years, we have 250 million Indian people using mobile payment today, that in Asia. So think about internet is the opportunity for small business. Do not think about the internet as just e-commerce. Think about internet as e-business. It's better, do not only think about a sell. You should find you design, or let some people in France design, let people in China manufacture it, let some people in the Africa to get the raw materials. So small business, remember, past 20 years, only multinational companies are able to have this kind of international business ecosystem. Today, with the